How did historic rent strikes change rental property laws? Have you ever wondered how ordinary people standing together can change laws that affect their homes? Historic rent strikes are a perfect example of this. They played a significant role in shaping rental property laws that we see today. These strikes were often organized by groups of tenants who decided to withhold rent. They did this in response to poor living conditions, unfair rent increases, and neglect from landlords. One of the most notable examples occurred in New York City between 1918 and 1920. During this time, tenant activism led to the introduction of emergency rent laws and the Oettinger Law. These laws changed lease terms and adjusted landlord rights to protect tenants from sudden eviction and regulate rent increases. The strikes highlighted the power imbalance between landlords and tenants. Lawmakers recognized the need to step in. As a result, many laws were created to protect tenants. For instance, rent control laws were established to limit how much landlords could raise rents. This was a direct response to the pressure created by tenant organizing. In cities like New York and Glasgow, these rent controls helped stabilize housing costs and reduce the risk of displacement. They also encouraged the development of public housing systems, making it easier for people to find affordable places to live. Another important outcome was the creation of laws that allowed tenants to take collective action against negligent landlords. In New York City, the rent strike law, also known as Article 7A, enabled tenants in poorly maintained buildings to remove landlords from control. This law allowed tenants to appoint a rental receiver to manage the property properly. These historic rent strikes changed how landlords manage their properties and interact with tenants. They now have to follow stricter regulations regarding rent increases and property maintenance. This legal framework encourages landlords to keep their properties in good condition to avoid tenant unrest and legal issues. Today, rental property owners must navigate a more regulated environment. Lease terms, rent adjustments, and property conditions are closely monitored by law. If landlords fail to comply, they risk facing rent strikes or legal actions. In summary, historic rent strikes led to significant changes in rental property laws. They resulted in tenant protections, rent controls, and legal avenues for collective action. These changes have created a more balanced rental market, ensuring that tenants have rights while clearly defining landlord responsibilities.